A wider chat about Arsenal also later in the show, but Max Dowman, 15, he started. How impressed were you with him?
Incredible. He looks so good on the ball. He looks like he's been playing, at the highest level for a number of years already. I mean, 15 years old, it's outrageous. He's strong, physically, looks good. When he gets the ball, he's confident, pushes it past her, he's got pace. He's got a bit about him, he's got a bit of an arrogance. I mean, 15 years old, it's when you actually really think about it, it's outrageous. It's incredible. And I know players are getting younger, and we're seeing younger players. But watching, look, just the way he drifts past people, the Brighton fullback's thinking, he must be thinking, his kid's 15. Joe, like, you think about it, if you're a grown adult and you're playing against a 15-year-old, in your mind, you're going to be thinking, right, I've got the experience, I've got the physicality, I've got everything over this kid. But not him. He looks strong, quick, agile, confident. What a player. He's going to be a superstar.
But how do you keep his feet on the ground? Maybe not for him right now at 15, but how do his teammates, the leaders in the group and the manager keep his feet on the ground?
Well, I think it's about having the right people around you at a young age, and I think he's probably got that with a family and good people around him. Don't give him too much too soon. Obviously, he's going to have the world at his feet, big money contracts, sponsorship deals, everything coming his way. I think you've just got to really stay grounded, concentrate on your football, keep learning. He's done nothing yet, and he could be a superstar. So, he's had a quick rise to fame. But 15 years old.
How hard is it to concentrate on your football, though? When you were coming through and started getting into the team, I know it wasn't at 15, but how hard is it? Because your life does change.
Yeah, your life changes.
How can you prepare yourself for that?
You can't prepare yourself for it. I don't know what his family background is, but you can't prepare yourself for it because a lot of footballers come from middle-class backgrounds and all of a sudden they're getting, 60 grand a week thrown at them. It's ridiculous. And you look, so it's hard that your life changes. But at his age, he's really young. You need to have, the right team around you, the right people. And I'm sure he has. His parents must be so proud of him. So I think you've really got to contribute. But it's not easy. It's really difficult. And, it's important that Arsenal will look after him as well and make sure his contract is performance-based, bonus-based, achievement-based in terms of his success as a footballer moving through the ages. So, don't throw too much at him too soon because it can catch up with you quickly.
Yeah, he's got a bright future ahead of him. I'm just distracted by that message on the bottom of the screen from Chris. Thoroughly disappointed watching set-piece FC at the Emirates last night. No set-piece goals in sight. Also, no goals for the opposition again. In fact, no goals for the opposition all of October. No defeats or even draws in the month either. Boring Arsenal. Make some fair points.
Look, I like to have a bit of fun with Arsenal fans. You can wind them up and they can be a bit boring. But, set pieces we've seen this season, they're a massive part of the game. They've always been a massive part of the game. And Arsenal are the best at them. Do I think they're thrilling to watch? No, because I think they could destroy teams more with the players that they've got and the style of football they can play. But they do sit in and they are quite boring to watch. But they don't concede. They don't concede a goal. Like last night, they go 1-0 up. I'm like, they're through. And they're playing Brighton. But Brighton didn't really look like scoring apart from the first 10 minutes. But as soon as Arsenal get their noses in front, they're just so good defensively, so organised as a group of players. And no matter who comes in, that's instilled in them now. So, look, it's hard to watch in terms of being a Spurs fan, but you have to respect what they're doing as a club right now.
And if you look at their starting lineup, what did you make of it? Kepa, White, Mosquera, Nkapie, Lewis Skelly, Norgard, Nwaneri, Marino, Eze, then you had Dauman, Harriman, Anus. So that's the starting lineup, which is still strong.
Yeah.
But also on the bench, Gabriel came on, Timber came on, Rice, Saka, Trossard came on, Gyökeres unused, Calafiori, Zubamendi and Raya unused. Yeah, but I think that's how Arteta's done it. Arteta's done it the right way. I think Arne Slot got it all wrong. He's played a second string side, players but still decent players. The players who are on the fringes, who are not playing week in, week out, but you want to get them game time. That's what the Carabao Cup is. You've got a 25-man squad, and you've got to use some of them. And the Carabao Cup, they've got a really good squad now, our squad, and he might want to make changes. So I'm going to have the big boys on the bench, and that's what he did. Saka come on and scored. Rice comes on. So you're looking at it saying that's how to manage a squad. That's a manager who wants to compete in all competitions. Arsenal are competing in all competitions this season. Liverpool
They threw the towel in last night. They didn't compete. That was not a competitive side. That is not a team that you can put out on a pitch against Crystal Palace and think that you can win. He knew that team was going to get beat, Arne Slot. He was hoping they'd put in a performance, but he knew they were going to get beat. Arsenal, the complete opposite. They want to win the trophy, because you saw that last night with the players and the performances.
We're running a poll this morning, and the subject of the poll is how many trophies can Arsenal win, Russ, and can they even win the quadruple? And at the moment, 47% actually say that Arsenal will win no trophies this season.
They've been hijacked.
Only 9% says the quadruple, 2 is 15%, and 1 trophy on 29%. Yeah, but almost half saying they will no trophies this season. And Jamie, although you would love that, you don't agree with that, do you?
No, I think they're going to win something this season. What that is, it looks like the Premier League is they're looking like the team to beat. Don't concede goals. You can go a long way in all competitions if you don't concede. So I think this is the year. I'm going to have to accept it. I'm coming round to it, Tom. It's not been easy, but every week when I keep seeing them keep a clean sheet, I'm having to accept the fact that they are going to do it, especially with Liverpool and Man City as well, not quite being a team that they are. I think it could be Arsenal's year.
Hey, never know. Might be Bournemouth.
Come on, Bournemouth.
I gather that you had an issue with something that Brighton manager Hertzler was wearing.
Look, Tom, what's he wearing? I mean, come on. Look, listen, if you want to be cash and you want to turn up, then, wear a Brighton tracksuit. And a Brighton coat. I'm not having this. You're not Pep Guardiola. You can't get away with that. I was disappointed. But that sets a precedent in the side and the mentality of the group. The gaffer's turning up wearing that.
So you don't have a problem with Pep Guardiola wearing something like that?
No, Pep can wear what he wants, mate. He's won it all. Pep can wear what he wants. He's won the Champions League. He's won 4 Premier League titles. He can wear what he wants. He's Pep Guardiola. Fabian Hertzler cannot turn up to a game at the Emirates dressed like that. Sorry, I'm not having it.
I think that Hertzler's top was actually quite nice. Just don't think it worked with the trousers. I think the colours worked.
Come on, mate.
In my expert
You would not wear that out.
I wouldn't. Well, no.
Well, you wear skinny jeans every week, every time I see you.
Actually, yours aren't as wide as around the ankles.
But I like the old Ric Flairs as well. But you can't be wearing that on the pitch as a gaffer at Brighton. If I'm Tony Bloom, I'm messaging. What are you wearing?
I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh.